Hi, everyone. My name is Marissa Adams, and my pronouns are she, her. And I am currently talking to you from my beautiful 400 square foot studio apartment here in the state of New York. It's currently snowing outside. And I am also a student or a PhD student at a top R1 or Research 1 university in the state of New York. I'm also a member of AFT Academics, and why I'm featured today here on your screen is because I want to be able to engage you, the watcher, to join us in leading the way to democratically transform higher education and academia. So if you weren't familiar, AFTA is a grassroots movement across the whole entire country, across a variety of colleges and universities. And I want to share with you why we started to build the Foundations for Power on my campus. This takes me back to the year of 2017, so about 3 years ago, when an Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, or EEOC, complaint was released on our campus community regarding a case of sexual misconduct. So the administrative response, as documented also in the EEOC complaint and all the following publicity, the circus of the internal investigation that I think cost the university on the order of $1 million, all of this carried out. To me, this indicated how powerless many of our members of our community are in the face of the university administration. As you can imagine, many protests were carried out on my campus, and at them, I called out for other graduate workers to join me in a movement to build power by organizing on our campus. At the same time, mainly other graduate workers, there was this concert of not only this EEOC complaint taking place, but our employment codes had also changed. So this pretty much involved this whole entire mess of having our taxes no longer being taken out of our paycheck, and instead now we have to transition into paying quarterly taxes. This is actually still a mess that many graduate workers are still trying to sift through to this day. This transition was incredibly messy and indicates the power the university has to make changes and decisions unilaterally for us without our input. This is the power that a private university holds over us when we are the ones that actually perform the labor of research. So for instance, taking back to this year of 2017, my university made on the order of 342 million US dollars from research funding that my labor, our labor brings in. Additionally, my university received 262 million US dollars from student tuition. The work that I do, the work that we do, the work that you probably do brings more money to the university than tuition does. And to me, that should evoke within you a sense of your purpose, a sense of your value within your university community. So not to mention, on top of this, those research grants that you're having to write, the way that you have to write them, most of the time you have to write them in a way that will include the overhead that the university will charge you for anyway. So as you can imagine, things have not changed much in the past 3 years, and if anything, they've been further exacerbated by the pandemic. So for instance, here in my city, rent prices are increasing, and I am personally faced with the struggle to maintain my housing. So starting next month, I have a new lease, and my monthly rent will increase. When I asked my property management why, they said they have to accommodate with the cost of living that is increasing within our city. So currently with my stipend, my rent makes about 30% of my income before taxes. However, if you consider that my paycheck isn't going to be increasing in the following year, this actually brings my rent up to 45% of my annual income. So if I had family members or other dependents reliant on me to survive, like many of my colleagues for that matter, I would be struggling even more than I already am. And yet the university has the ability to increase those stipends for graduate students yearly to adjust for the inflation or cost of living, but they don't. The university has the ability to include dental care and cover health insurance for all workers at the university, but they don't. The university administration is the gatekeeper of my ability to live comfortably, which impacts my ability to perform the research that they profit off of. If they can decide to switch our tax codes, seemingly as a surprise to many of us, then they can do the same to ensure that members of our community are taken care of. This logic made me realize that they won't. They won't ever do that. But you know who will do that? Us. We will be able to do that if we are able to take care of each other. Unless we build power together, unless we work together to fight for our rights, not just as workers, but as academics. And we all know academia has problems, but unified together, we can work together to rectify this image of the ivory tower. So if you're in academia and you can relate at all to my story, you can easily find me on Twitter. My handle is MBP Adams. And together we can unify to make academia and higher education a place where not just our work, but our bodies and our lives are respected. So today I want to be able to ask you, will you join us in standing up for our rights as academics?